So this weekend I'm at an area about 15 kilometers north of Hervey Bay, and this area here, I was speaking with a couple of the older generation people that have been in this community for a long time, and they said if I come down to the end of this road, this was the original beach access road from back in the early 1900s when these regions were first settled. So he said there could be a strong possibility of finding some old pre-decimal coins even down onto the beach area, and I've never detected. This will be my first time ever detecting down at the beach areas, so I'm interested to see if I can find anything from here. So I've just come through here, and just the first swing was through this access here. That's a strong 23, which is actually an old penny signal, a Commonwealth of Australia penny. So that's what's come out. Yeah, so that I'll clean that up and see. Actually, that might even be a kangaroo penny. Boy, look at that! I can just make out that shape. I think being on the beach in the sand like this, it can corrode the coins, so don't expect them to be in really good condition, but I'll clean that up to see exactly what year that one is. So yeah, there you go, an old penny first up on the access to the old beach here. Yeah, so that's actually a 1951 rue penny. That would be a King George the Sixth. Can't quite see there. I'm pretty sure 1951 would be King George the Sixth. So yeah, that was surprising to find that there, because I thought, you know, as the first access to the beach, that's where other detectorists would have picked those old pennies up for sure. But no, it could be possibly another couple down here. I'll make my way. Well, that's Dad over there. He's doing some searching over there. Could go and have a look through there and then down onto the first part of the beach here. So this is relaxing searching along the beachfront here. I've got a bit of a signal down in here that I'll have a look. It's fairly deep, so that's that's an old fishing sinker way down in there. That's our second find of the day. We got that 1951 penny, now a little fishing sinker. I was just going to work my way up there. So peaceful and serene. And now I know why people like detecting at the beach. This is a really quiet beach area as well, so yeah, very, very peaceful. The sound of the waves, and just sort of seeing if you can luck upon any old coins. I was pretty surprised to get that 1951 penny up there, but I think I only spend another 15 minutes here because I want to take my dad up to another area as well that we've got permission, and also check at the old church block. It did rain a little bit this morning, but it looks like we've got a break in it now, so Might get another couple of hours on this Sunday to do the treasure hunting adventure. So, had the strong signal there, heading up main beach access where the penny was over to the right there. Just heading back up there, and this is a dog tag. I'll just cover that phone number because that's got a mobile phone number there. That's a dog tag. Looks like for dog by the name of Maya or Maya. That does have a mobile phone number there, so I'll give that a call, and we'll get this dog tag back to the owner. Awesome little find there. I'm sure the owner will appreciate getting that back. Sometimes things like that are more fulfilling than finding the coins, when somebody's lost some jewelry or a dog tag and you can return that back to them. Also, what I've been asked to do tomorrow, my friend, he has lost a $2,000 gold ring, and he must have seen one of the treasure hunting videos, and he has asked me if I can meet him tomorrow morning. It's about 95-kilometer drive from here, but I did agree to go and meet him and see if we can find a gold ring that's got a lot of sentimental value to him that he's lost. See if we can find that for him tomorrow morning. So we might add that to this video or make it as a separate video. Hopefully we can find that for him. So I've come back to the old church block here just to verify if there is another coin up there, where I seen the discrimination number as much higher than that 2-cent coin that we took out. We'll give this a bit of a look. It has started drizzling rain again, unfortunately, but we'll see if it holds off for us. So we've been back at the old church block here, just checking around that rock there where I thought there might possibly be another pre-decimal coin, but we couldn't find anything there, so we've just been, for the next 15 minutes, we've just been checking around here, and it looks like there possibly is a coin signal in here. Could be lucky. That's the most likely one so far that's repeatable. See if we can pinpoint that. It possibly is an old pre-decimal coin here. Let's see if it is and what it is. Hopefully it's not that. Hopefully it's not that.
What is it?
That's an old lead head off the nail. But they usually register as 19, but they do have sometimes the part of the nail in them, don't they?
Yeah, it has got the red.
Damn.
That's what it is.
We must have pulled about 60 or 70 of these out so far. So I've just changed location. We stopped in at the old church block where we'd found all those pre-decimal coins a couple of months ago, but unfortunately didn't really do too well there. I think that place has been pretty much thoroughly done now. So here's an old area in the local community where I live. Last weekend, that's where I was detecting up through there, and also a passageway from that street to up to the next one in behind these buildings here. But I've just got about 20 or 30 minutes up my sleeve until I'm heading up the other end of town to visit my sister, to meet my dad up there. But I thought I'd just stop in here on the way because this is quite an old area of the community, and I'll see if I can find anything of interest here. So I just came from over there and I noticed this section up here. We've got a really old tree there and a tree stump here, and I did get a signal right at the base of this old tree stump, and sure enough there's another matchbox car. I seem to be getting a lot of these old matchbox cars, so maybe there was a house site here in this area. So it's worth having a bit of a look up along this section here, see what else I can find. So I've come out to my good friend's property out here. Amazing property that he set himself up with here. He's given me a really good look through everywhere, and this is the property that he has lost his gold ring, that actually he had made that himself, and it's got quite a bit of significance and connection. So I have agreed to come out here and see if we can, by any chance, find that lost gold ring on his property here. That would be so good if we can find that. We're going to give it a good go and hopefully we can locate it. That'd be great. Here we go. So we have some awesome news. We were searching for probably about two and a half hours. We were persevering, wasn't going to give up, and my mate Phil said he was gurneying the wall here, and I thought, something told me I dumped that bucket upside down. Wasn't in there, but then I came over here and just deep inside there I've taken it out and we've placed it on the ground, and we have found it. And how much is it worth, Phil? I wasn't going to say that before we detected it. About $1,800 worth of pure gold here. And never see gold register like that before. I know gold rings are usually between 17 and 19, and so this is awesome. We have found my good mate's handcrafted gold ring. That's awesome, mate. Back to the rightful owner.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Here he is.
Awesome.
Me and Phil go back a long time with martial arts, and it was good to have the opportunity to come and help my mate find that. Makes this that's a lot more meaningful to me than anything I've done so far with this Minelab. That's the feeling of helping a good mate and finding something like that had a connection, a meaning to him, more value than the money, of course. That just fills my heart up totally. So
Appreciate
awesome.
it, Mick.
Good
so
stuff. My pleasure, mate. Awesome. So that's just gonna make the day feel heaps good, and I've got another couple places to go on my way back home. So this is shaping up to be a fun day out in nature, good vibes of nature, doing positive things. Awesome. Okay, so after successfully locating my mate's gold ring there, which he was really grateful for. I've detoured off the highway, come through this little suburb of Miva. This is the Dickabram Bridge, which has got a lot of heritage, a lot of history. Just did a bit of research. It was built in 1885 to 1886 by the Owen McDermott and Company. It's a heritage listed road and rail bridge built over the Mary River between Miva and Theebine, which is between the Gympie and Tyro regions. It is one of 3 remaining road and rail bridges in the entire Australia. So by all reports, back in the late 1800s and early 1900s and mid 1900s, people used to also go swimming down here from those times. So I thought I might just stop off here and just do a little bit of metal detecting just underneath the bridge and down beside the Mary River down there. So we'll see. Not sure if they'll find anything, but be interesting to have a look down through there, and also maybe around some of these really old trees here. Might be a good idea to have a look as well. We'll see how we go. Okay, got a signal of about 21-22 and have dug that up. I'm not sure whether thought that might have been an old button for a moment there, but I don't think it is. I think that's just an old clip from a old tarp or something. Not quite sure what that is, but that was the target here. I did go down a little bit through the fence underneath the bridge there, but couldn't really find anything, and I'm not sure if you're allowed to go down there in the first place, so I just thought I'd come back around to the outskirts of the bridge near the tree just for 15 or 20 minutes before I continue on over the bridge and see what other old halls or park areas that I can locate on my way home. Okay, I found this really old tree over here. There are some couple of signals down at the base of it. Might check out what that one is there. Seems quite distinct, that one there, around about there. Okay, that's another one of those same things as before. Plus there was a couple of rusty nails and that down in there as well. So I did travel down to the historic hotel, the Tyro Historic Hotel, and I went into the pub there, and I asked the lady. She went and asked the publican, the landowner, and he didn't give permission, unfortunately, to search that property. That there was like an open old field area out the front. But I spoke to a nice person in there that actually heard what I was talking about, and he actually brought me. I followed him up to this corner block here, and he said he was the person who actually took the old church down from here. Coincidentally, he dismantled it and took it down from here, and he gave me an idea of where it was situated. He said it was definitely over 100 years old. The church that used to be situated right here, with one entrance out that way, one entrance down this way. So he said, just, you know, there shouldn't be any worry, just half an hour, just have a look around where the old church was originally located before it was dismantled and taken away, which is right here. So before I go home, I think I'll just spend about half an hour here, make sure I just dig nice neat plugs and leave the ground in really good condition. See if we can find a couple of old pre-decimal coins. Will be great. We'll give it a go and see what happens. Okay, found a coin probably in the first 2 minutes, but this first one, unfortunately, is the good old possum Australian 1-cent coin. So probably in the late 1960s that would be, so we need one before 1966. Little silver, threepence or sixpence or a shilling would be nice. Let's see if we can find one. Okay, this coin that been unearthed here, I think it's definitely a pre-decimal old coin. Not sure whether that's a silver coin, could be the size of a shilling, or whether it's a halfpenny coin. Let's have a look to see which one that is. Definitely a pre-decimal coin, but so that turns out to be King George VI, 1952. 1952 or 1957. King George VI kangaroo penny, halfpenny, sorry, or a halfpenny, some people call them. That's a good discovery here. We'll see what else we can find. So there seems to be a coin in the earth not far from where my car is here. That's most likely a coin right there. Yep. That is another pre-decimal coin. Definitely. What do we got here? That's the impression. Okay, that's a full penny this time. That looks like an older, that's an older Commonwealth of Australia full penny. That's probably a King George V. Let me see if I can clean that up and see what date this one could be. This looks quite a bit older than the other one. Yeah, so this old Commonwealth of Australia penny is 1935, and yes, it's King George V this time, 1935. Awesome. So I've got a good feeling that this is a coin right here. Just back from that rock there. That's very much like a coin signal right there. Not quite sure what coin it will be, but that's half the fun to find out. Reveal the mystery. What is it? It's only a pretty small coin, I think, by how that pinpointing was going. Okay, that's unfortunately another 1 cent coin. Still a coin. Enjoy finding these old coins no matter what they are, but that's the good old possum 1 cent Aussie coin, that one. Okay, see if we can get back into the pre-decimals. So there is a signal here. That's only registering 1617. Nope, that's the other thing, the pull tab. Exactly the same as the wheat thripping. I think because it was folded over like that too, makes that section there be even more like a coin when it's folded over like that. So, not much you can do about that, unfortunately. So we have found another coin that does look suspiciously like a frill neck lizard coin. Yeah, it is too. That is Queen Elizabeth II, 1966. Frill neck lizard 2 cent coin. Still finding coins. Gee, it'd be good to find a little silver coin, pre-decimal silver coin here today. Give it a little bit more time and see if we can uncover one. But if not, it's fun to search anyway. And yeah, close that one up really neatly too. See, when you dig 3 sides and fold it back so the roots remain connected, and then just fold it back in so it doesn't damage the grass. It continues to grow, doesn't damage the ground. Okay, we'll see what else is around. So there's another nice small coin target here. Seem to be registering around 20. is, look at that, wow. Well, look at that, that is a definite silver coin. Look at that. They are so small, these coins. But that looks like a really early Australian sixpence, a coat of arms sixpence. Probably dating back to near the 1920s. Or let's clean that up and have a look exactly what that is. That's an awesome little discovery. Look at that. I just gave that just the quickest little wipe with my shirt. 1912 King George V silver threepence. They're 92.5% silver, the sterling silver. That's an awesome discovery. They only come out in 1910 in Australia minted threepences. So this is 110, exactly 110 years old. King George V. 1912 Australian threepence. I love finding them really old silver coins for some reason. That's great. Oh, this is well worth stopping in here and having a look. I won't be greedy, but I'll keep searching for another 15-20 minutes and see what else we can find. This is great. That's where that 1912 110-year-old silver coin was. And just back here I got a signal. And this is how random these lead fishing sinkers can turn up anywhere. Look at this. Last thing you'd expect there. Little fishing sinker. We've just detected another very small signal, but it was a signal that needed to be dug because we could hit it from all directions, and I haven't picked it up yet, but down in here, I don't know if this camera can pick it up, but that is another silver. That's another silver threepence. Gotta be. Definitely. Oh wow, that one's even older. That is prior to the minting processes in Australia. This is an English coin that we used before Australia had their own minting processes down. That's 1906, which means that would be a King Edward the 7th. So if we clean that side up, that should reveal King Edward the 7th on there. Let's have a look at that. We'll try to do that on camera. Yep. Look at that, King Edward the 7th. $1906. That is in such good condition too. That's the best condition. That is the best condition silver threepence that I've ever found. That is, for a coin that old, 1906, to be in that condition is amazing. Look how much definition. Wow, that's That's an awesome find, that is. Wow, I'm really happy about discovering that. King Edward VII, English threepence, 1906. Wow, loving these discoveries. Isn't that interesting? You can dig something out of the earth like that. That could have been dropped there 110, 115 years ago. It's been sitting in that earth for over 110 years or more. And then just put that earth back on top and move on like no disturbance at all to the earth. And you bring up that lost history to be appreciated. It's great, really enjoying it. Okay, that's where that really old silver threepence was there. And just here is a stable 16. It's a possibility that it's a newer threepence, because they are 16, the 50% silver threepences, the newer ones. So if it's quite shallow, because I can put that there. Can put that there without even using the detector. Right about there. Ah, look at that. No wonder it was shallow, because that is a platypus. That's definitely the old platypus. Embarrassingly, when I was a kid, I confided in Mum and Dad just recently. I thought that was a horse's head. Shouldn't be so transparently honest, but yeah, that I didn't realise that was a platypus till later on. When I was a little kid, that was always a horse's head, that 20-cent coin. Shameful to admit, I know, but look at it there, if you use your imagination. No, so that's just a really old 20-cent coin being dropped there. Getting a bit of variety today. Continue on up here, see if we can go back into the pre-decimals. Here we go, here is our next discovery. This is a surround off an old-fashioned keyhole. Might have been it could have been to the front door of the church, or one of the cupboards inside of the church. That's a good old relic. I'll put that in the container and probably stay here for about another 15 minutes and before heading home back to Harvey Bay. Okay, literally 30 seconds after finding that little surround off the keyhole, we've got another coin. Frill neck lizard, Aussie 2-cent coin. Okay, sure, there's got to be one more pre-decimal coin before we head back home. I'm hoping so. So on the very last dig that I'd promised myself, I had to dig through some rocks. It was only a pretty faint signal, and we are rewarded with a really old pre-decimal coin. That one looks really old. It hasn't got as much detail as the other one, but I believe this to be another English threepence. This is the last last dig of the day before I head back, and this is what came out. So I'll just give that a quick clean up to have a look what it is, and we'll head back to Harvey Bay. Wow, this is hard to believe. This is even older than the last one. This is a Queen Victoria English threepence, silver threepence. The first threepence we got was the 1912 King George V. Then we got older with the King Edward VII 1906 threepence. Now this one is Queen Victoria, and so I believe this to definitely, it's going to be hard to find out the exact date, but this is definitely a 19th century coin in the late 1800s. Final find of the day, what looks to be a definite 19th century Queen Victoria English threepence. So that was well worth calling in to here. I'll try to find a photo of the actual original church and put it up on the video when I make it, but we'll do a bit of an overview on all the coins tomorrow at some stage. But it was really awesome to find my friend's gold ring that he had lost. That just made the trip worthwhile by itself, so this has just been a bonus. But that's been the most significant, meaningful thing that I've done so far since I've started the treasure hunting adventures with this Minelab Equinox 800. So to help my good friend to find that lost gold ring that he had actually made, and it's worth about $1,800. So it's been great. I'm gonna head back to Harvey Bay now. So wishing everyone the best, and I'll do a bit of an overview of everything tomorrow. Bye for now. So I'm back home after the big adventure down at Glenwood and Tyro. Just a quick overview of what we discovered. Actually, from the 2 days, the first section here was just at the beach at the end of the Sawmill Road beach access. Dad found this little bottle opener there and a sinker, and too many bottle lids to place there, too numerous to count. We did find that dog tag. I left a message on the phone of the owner, but haven't received anything in return. That's a 1951 kangaroo penny, King George VI. And then we moved to that next old church block, found a couple things there, then went into town, matchbox car, bottle lid. Wasn't too much to be discovered there, so I just left it at that and looked forward to going down south to help. First of all was to help my friend find his gold ring, which we successfully did after 2 hours of searching with the metal detector. Went around the back, and something told me to look closer underneath the house where he was doing the high pressure cleaning with the gurney, and I did find the gold ring being pushed under by the water right underneath the plastic recess underneath the house area. So I seen it there, and I knew what it was straight away, and we did put it on the ground just for interest's sake with the detector, and went over. It was like a 36, 37 really high signal, which is gold rings usually only come up as between like 13 and 19 or 23 at the most, but this one's a totally pure solid gold ring. I think it's $1,800 of pure gold, but probably worth more than that as in the ring form, of course. But it had a lot of value and connection to my friend, and it was great to find that. That put me on a really high note to start with. So when ended up going into the old suburb of Tyro on my way back, and A gentleman was kind enough to show me exactly where an old church was that he had actually dismantled quite a few years ago, and told me the way that it was facing and everything. And yeah, we started off just getting the old 1 cent coin, I believe, and ended up a couple of 1 cents, couple of 2 cents, 20 cent. But then I got on to the pre-decimals, and interestingly enough, they got older and older and older as I discovered them. So the first one was that 1952 King George the Sixth kangaroo halfpenny, then 1935 King George the Fifth Commonwealth of Australia full penny. Then these silver coins, I've never found silver coins in such good condition in regards to with no tarnish. So this was the first one, that's an Australian threepence, silver threepence. They're all 92.5% the sterling silver ones. And that monarch on the 1912, that's even in pretty good condition. And that of course is King George V. And then the next coin, this is actually prior to the Australian printing, the minting processes in Australia, and this is a English 1906 silver threepence. And still very amazed at the detail and quality of that coin. Most of these old threepences are quite thin and worn, but this King Edward VII silver threepence has still got all its detail on it in really great condition. That was an awesome find, that one. And then went even older, just when I was about to leave, I had one more dig, and it was another English threepence, but this is actually a 19th century coin. You can just see that if this focuses, but it says 1/8, definitely 18 on the left there. And on the only way to identify them when the numbers are worn on the right hand side, I know it's definitely 1800, but you flip it over, and that is what they call a Queen Victoria Jubilee head. So the Jubilee head in the old English threepences was 1887 to 1893. And this other coin I found quite a while ago now, that's also exactly the same with that. And this one is an 1890. And I have zoomed into this one on the other side, and I'm pretty sure I can see 18 and then a 9. Hard for this thing to pick up the focus, but so this potentially could be 1 year younger, or 1 year older I should say, with an 1889, somewhere between 1887 and 1893 for sure. And it looks like it could be, I don't know if anyone can see that, but it could be an 1889. So that could be the oldest silver threepence that I've found so far on the adventures. But yeah, it was a really good adventure. I was really happy with that, and I'm looking forward to the next one. Always enjoying the treasure hunting adventures. It's kind of symbolic to me to life, how you go on a journey exploring and searching, and you identify the location of something that means a lot to you, and you dig beneath the surface of life to uncover and to reveal the hidden treasure, and you bring it up to the light of day to be appreciated. And that's a bit like life to me, so I'm looking forward to continuing on and sharing in the journeys for whoever might be interested. Also sending good vibes to everyone, and until next time, bye for now.